Dr. Andrew Myers, it's a really nice pleasure to be with you at Expo West 2022. I don't know about you, but I'm finding that it's wonderful to see people's faces. Everyone's freed up from the mask. It seems tens of thousands of people here in attendance. First, let's start with, you're in clinical practice. Where and what is your main focus right now these days?
So I'm a naturopathic physician. I work in Boise, Idaho, and I do see patients. My other expertise is in nutritional supplement development.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's why we're here. Best in show at the end of the day. And it's pretty strict criteria that we've chosen this year. Safety, efficacy, the evidence has to be there, transparency, traceability, purity, and potency. And I'll tell you, this line is one of my favorites. The gummy industry, let's start there. The gummy industry, and that's been on the rise exponentially, so much so that you can't even get manufacturers to make them for you. So that's how popular it is. But let's talk about why that's not a good thing.
Well, gummies from my perspective are basically a confectionery. They're a candy. And we bolted nutrition onto that confectionery platform. And it's one that is really not the best in terms of the amount of sugar that comes with the nutrition. So at the same time you're delivering nutrition, you're delivering an anti-nutrient in sugar.
Right.
So there's a bit of a conflict there in terms of really the health and wellness aspect of that delivery system. Now, I won't deny it's popular, and I won't deny that they taste great. Anything with that much sugar is going to be wonderful.
Of course.
But from a clinical perspective, especially in terms of children and the issues that we deal with high-calorie diets, overconsumption of sugar, what you really want to see is an alternative to that high-sugar platform.
Absolutely.
And we have that in ConCordix. We have this in the non-gummy gummy from ChildLife.
Yeah, so let's talk about that momentarily. But again, this whole idea and the free from is great. Not to mention, by the way, dentists also hate this. My wife happens to be a holistic dentist, and you don't want that, in your mouth for very long. So you're right. The compliance is there for children. They'll take it gladly. But my biggest issue, I'm sure yours as well, my pet peeve is this, I affectionately refer to as pixie dusting. So we're getting, we're not even closely achieving any sort of therapeutic dose, or unless maybe you ate half a bottle of these gummies, right?
That's right. So the issue, of course, is that, in the limitations of the delivery system, one of them, of course, is payload.
Right.
And the payload, especially when you get into oil-soluble nutrients like vitamin D, especially omega-3 category with EPA and DHA, you just can't pack enough into a gummy for it to be meaningful. So one of the things about these products is that their payload is so high. So they're sugar-free, they have a very high payload. And that payload is on the order of 10 times what you can get from a gummy in one smart chew.
So let's start with the DHA. In fact, why don't we frame it up this way? Omega-3s, people have heard a lot about this over the years, essential fatty acids, but particularly the DHA product, why that's so important for children, everyone, but in context in particular about the brain.
Sure. So neurological development depends on the presence of DHA. So as kids are maturing and their brains are actually growing, DHA is the principal building block for their nervous system and their brain. And most children don't eat fish to any great degree, and so a supplement of DHA is a great way to augment that developmental capacity. And we know that from multiple research studies. That dosage, though, is critical and needs to be 250 milligrams a day. Your standard gummy maybe has 25 milligrams in 2 servings with 4 to 6 grams of sugar. So in a product like ChildLife, that's 10-fold. We have 250 milligrams. That's 20, 30 gummies, 40 grams.
It's bonkers.
It's bonkers.
So yeah. The compliance is also going to be there because it tastes great. I've tasted it off camera. I love it. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think the DHA payload is at least 6 times greater than the average gummy, or you mentioned 10 times greater, right?
250 milligrams.
And that's amazing, and there's no fishy taste for sure. Beautiful kind of natural orange taste. This is, of course, the ConCordix technology. Yeah. But what I love about this, and you guys have it on the label, you're literally calling it the non-gummy gummy.
Yeah, right.
So why? What is literally the difference of this technology versus, the payload for sure, but what's the substance? What is this?
Well, so a gummy is a very simple technology. It's not really a technology, it's just candy. ConCordix is a technology, so it's no sugar, it's all natural, it's preservative-free. It's an emulsification, a mechanical emulsification that leads to enhanced bioavailability. So not only are we giving you a higher payload, but we're giving you more of the good stuff because of the way that we deliver the nutrition within the matrix of the Smart Chew itself. So the non-gummy gummy is a rethinking of that chewable platform that everyone's looking for, that's caused the incredible growth in the gummy category, whether it's pill fatigue or I just am looking for that experiential effect of a chewable product. We do so in a different way, in a way that's better and more scientifically proven in terms of how the body absorbs nutrition from the food that we consume.
Very well said. It is a very smart chew. Before we leave off, one of probably my second favorite other than the DHA is the elderberry.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think about that, but let's quickly tell us what the line extension available is here.
So we have a multivitamin, we have an elderberry product, we have a vision product. They're all designed around the key developmental factors for children at ChildLife. That's a very powerful platform. Elderberry, of course, is a great source of natural vitamin C. It's immune enhancing. We've combined in this product the Wellmune, which is a beta-glucan, which boosts immune function and supports respiratory health. Together, really, you have a complete line of nutritional supplements that are going to give kids a great starting point from a foundational perspective.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much for joining me today, Dr. Ray.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All the best.
Yeah,
Stay well.
Thank you.